Good morning. It's Friday, October. I'm a month behind here. October 3rd, 2025. My name is Terry Morgan. We are here to practice Wudang Qigong. We have the focus on applications and practice today. Set 6, 7, and 8 in our Wudang Qigong 18 sets. Push, turning palm, hold the ball, pull down, ward off. I worked a lot on hold the ball and pull down, ward off last time. We're going to work all three today with the idea that as we're practicing, as we're paying attention to what we're doing in the forms, we are also wanting to pay attention to the connection between what we're doing in the forms for Qigong and what we're doing in the forms for Tai Chi. I'm going to talk about both of those as we get started. So each set, I'm going to talk about each one as we go through. Let's get started. Feet about shoulder width apart, bend the knees, open the arms, wiggle the fingers, wiggle the toes, hands circle to the front. Back around to both sides, up along center line. Follow the fingertips, stretch out, keep the knees bent. Bend through the hips, not through the waist. The waist moves, the waist bends, but turn in the hip. Don't try and bend over through the waist. You won't get there. Roll up. One more. Stretch out. Relax through the back as you stretch up. Elbows drop down, wrists, hands return to your sides. In each of these sets, right, we're going to work on this right now. Each of these sets, we want to pay attention to the outer form, for this first series, outer form, what we're doing, right, the particulars for the movement, and we want to pay attention to body placement and position so that the body is well placed and well positioned. I'm going to turn around for these sets. They work left side, right side. We should start on the left and then do the right. If I'm facing you, I have to reverse that, and it just feels odd. I've practiced too many years starting on the left, and if I do that and you start on the right, that's not good for you. So I'm turning around, push to both sides, feet about shoulder width apart, breathe in, roll up through the crown of the head, palms up, breathe in, palms down, breathe out. Shift onto the right, turn the left toes 45, the hands come up and push out. Coordinate the movement so that the hands reach their furthest point at the same time as the back leg reaches its furthest point. Extend through the leg, extend through the body. Breathe in and breathe out. Breathe in and breathe out. Use the back leg to drive the movement forward. Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, and breathe out. And breathe in, and breathe out. Sink into the supporting leg and then push. Use the breath. 2 more. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Come back to center. Palms down along both sides. Pull up through the crown of the head. Raise the heels and lower as you breathe out. Relax. Breathe in. And breathe out. Okay. In Qigong practice, we're gonna keep going. This is comparison to Tai Chi practice. So in Qigong practice, we want the breath work to be the most important. In push, we want the connection, this is in Qigong practice, we want the connection between the Laogong in the center of the palm and the Yongchuan in the base of the foot. Relatively the same place except on your foot. Right? As you push, that connection should extend through the entire body. As my hands come up, extend through the back leg and then through the hands, right? I'm going to do this the wrong way, okay? So I'm breathe in, breathe out, sink to the right, okay, and push. No, right? Sink to the right and push. No. Neither of those are connected. Neither of those, the awkward movement is not what we want in Qigong practice. We want smooth movement. We want smooth circulation. We want to be paying attention to what we're doing internally, as well as we're not disassociated, I guess, is the best way to say it, with what we're doing externally. So as we're practicing this settle into the leg, I'm very conscious of what the back of my leg is doing. It's doing a lot of work right here, right? As I step and move through, sink down more to push through and extend, so that as you look at the movement, as you feel the movement yourself, it's an extension. It's not a down, up, up. Okay? These forms don't do that. There are other things that do. These forms don't. Okay? In Tai Chi, I talked about this as in the sense of application for push. All right? Hey, push. There's an application there. It's obvious. It's obvious. We have a couple of different ways that we can execute push in particular terms, right? We come out straight, more or less. In Tai Chi, push the an. In Wudang Taiji, it's around and down. In Yang's Tai Chi, it's more forward. Okay? And it's different than ward off. Pang. Talked about that last time. Pang. Pull down, ward off. That pang. Push doesn't have that. Push is, hey, you're going. Bye. That sense in application is what we want to pay attention to. So in Qigong practice, we're developing the body work, we're developing the internal energy, we're developing the internal connections. In Tai Chi practice, we're working with continuous movement that Move like a great river, never stopping, flowing onward to the sea. That's part of the Tai Chi canon. That sense of continuous flowing, smooth, complete, relaxed. In Wudang Taiji, we have some abrupt movements. We do. But they're connected. They're not intended to be broken, is the best way I can say it. There's no break. Even if I move a little more quickly, I use push, right? In push. In Wudang Qigong. Here we go. Push. Breathe out. Breathe in. And breathe out. In Wudang Taiji, I'm here. Push. Right? As I'm moving, I can move more quickly, but the movement's not broken. It still comes from my back heel, roots through the front leg. Both are connected. Push, push. Go together, right? Whichever leg is front, whichever leg is back, doesn't really matter. If I'm on this side, I'm here, right? I can be on this side and be here. I can be here. Doesn't matter, right? That idea that whichever direction, whichever supporting leg I'm using, whichever extending leg I'm using, it's all connected. That smooth connection is what we want to work for. In extending, right? That extension comes from the heel, up through the leg, up through the hip, up through the chest, up through the shoulders, and now we get to the arm. Okay? That long movement, the use of the whole body, is something that we absolutely want to cultivate. We absolutely want to use the whole body in everything we're doing. Even when it looks as if some part is not moving, unless we're at a stop, right? So breathe in, breathe out, stop. Okay? In between, we don't stop. So we breathe in, little stop, breathe out, little stop. The connections between breathe in, breathe out, and that little pause, the space between the breath, we use all of that in our movements. Set 7, turning palm. Palms come up, press down, sink. This time on the toe, both palms up. So hit this position. Both palms turn over and press out as you extend forward. The same idea here as with push. Extend through the whole body. The hands reach the extent, that furthest point that they're going, at the same time as the whole body finishes that extension. Feet about shoulder width apart. Stand straight. Pull up through the crown of the head. Breathe in. And breathe out. Shift onto the right on the left toes, both palms up. Little step. Palms turn over, press out. Both palms press out together. Use the back leg. Hands turn over. Come to center. Shift onto the left. Both hands up. Little step. Press out. Come back to center. Left side, breathe in. And breathe out. And breathe in. And breathe out. Breathe in. Pull up through the whole body. Breathe out. Extend. And breathe in. And breathe out. Pay attention to the circulation through the back. Pay attention to the circulation that connects the palms, Lao, the lower Dantian, and the Yongchuan in the foot. And breathe in. And breathe out. Pay attention to the small heavenly circle. As you breathe in, up the back. As you breathe out, down the front. And breathe in. And breathe out. And breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. And breathe out. And breathe in. Breathe out. 2 more. Smooth and continuous movement. Connected with the breath. Each movement smooth and complete. Connected within and without. Breathe in. Breathe out. Last time, breathe in. Breathe out. And breathe in. And breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. And breathe in. On the center, breathe out. Pull up through the crown of the head, raise the heels and lower. Stay there, breathe in. And breathe out. As we practice, and as I just talked about just now, what are we paying attention to? Well, we're paying attention to the breath, we're paying attention to movement, we have to pay attention to what we're doing with the channels and meridians, we're going to pay attention, but we're paying attention to a lot of different things internally. We don't develop the skill to do that instantly. It's practice. Get one. I need to understand this movement before I can do something else, right? That's the starting point. What am I doing here? Feet about shoulder, palms up, palms down, both palms up, both palms turn over, come back. Okay, got that. Now, connect the breath. Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out, right? Now, connect the internal energy through the palms, through the lower Dantian, actually, and through the Mingmen, here at the center of the base of the spine, and through the feet. And we want to actually pay attention to the root in the heel, as well as the Yongchuan in the ball of the foot. So, lots of things going on. Body alignment, oh, absolutely. Each of these elements of practice is foundation. As we develop the skill to do one, we build on that to do the next. If my body is not in good alignment, I am not going to be able to circulate my internal energy. It's not going to happen. If my body is tense, overly tense, I'm not going to be able to circulate my internal energy. So that sense of physical alertness, definitely mental alertness, and the connection through the movement are all part of what we want to pay attention to in practice. Now, sometimes it may seem like, wow, that's a lot. I can't do all that. No, you can't. Excuse me. Excuse me, I'm sorry. Okay, so back to where I was. I'm going to try and cut that out later on. Back to where I was. You can't, that sounds like a lie. You can't do all that. I can't do all that. Yes, you can. It's a building process. It's not today you can do all of it. It's you become aware of what you should be doing and you begin the process. All right, well, that was special. I'm sorry about that. I'm going to look at cutting that. I am. So the idea in practice, we're developed. Still trying, huh? The idea in practice is that as we're practicing, we're developing each of these layers. We're developing skills in the physical movements. We develop how we do that, okay? So this idea of smooth, continuous movement connected with the breath as we use push. All right. And as we go through each of the sets, we're going to do one more set, ward off, pull down, hold ball, ward off, pull down. As we work on these sets in Qigong practice, we want to apply the Qigong principles. What are we trying to do in Qigong? What are we doing? What does each of these exercises help us do? Physical practice, Qi practice, internal energy, particular circulations, we develop strength, we develop the ability to do each individual movement. Right side, left side, right side. We develop those skills. We can put those skills into Tai Chi form in many different ways. Once we have the physical skills, once we have that coordination, using that coordination with a different movement is not that difficult. The movement may be a little difficult. There are some things we'll talk about later on in Wudang Qigong and Wudang Taiji. But the principle behind the movement, what we're doing in the movement, that concept of circulating the energy, keeping the body in good alignment, connecting with the breath, all of those come into play in Tai Chi as well. As I do four directions. Here, right? I can keep going. We're doing almost the same movement in our Qigong sets. I'm using the same elements. Push with the back leg, palms turn over. What am I doing here? Right? This lift, right? All of those are the same. In Tai Chi, it's continuous movement and it's connected. And I may be paying a little bit more attention to the martial application in Tai Chi, whereas in Qigong, I'm going to be paying more attention to the internal workmanship, the internal development. That connection and that distinction matters for both of the arts. If my Tai Chi looks like Qigong, right? And, no. My Qigong shouldn't look like my Tai Chi either, right? I have even the same movement has a different intent. Applying that layer to the movement in Qigong, breathe in, breathe out, shift right, turning palm, go to the left, come back, breathe in, nice and easy. Even if I want to develop strength, it's still nice and easy. Come back, here we are. That energy and that connection is what I want to develop. I'm building that energy. In Tai Chi, in martial application, I might want to defend myself. I might want to extend my energy into the opponent, right? I have a different intent. It matters. That really does matter. As we practice, we pay attention to the dynamic of the movement. We pay attention to the outer form. We pay attention to the internal form. And we pay attention to what my intent is. What am I doing? What am I trying to do? What's my effort here? What should it be? That's part of this discussion that I've had about mush. I'm going to throw some of this in. I'm going to throw some of this in. I'm throwing that. Don't do that. Tai Chi is Tai Chi. Qigong is Qigong. Some things, particularly because we're talking about Wudang Taiji and Wudang Qigong, some things are shared. That's intentional. It's part of the system. What's appropriate for Wudang Tai Chi is not what's appropriate for Yang style Tai Chi, and vice versa. The principles and the forms there are shared principles because they're Tai Chi. There's both Tai Chi, but there are key differences. So taking some of Wudang Tai Chi principles and applying them to Yang style Tai Chi, it makes mush. There's more than enough in the Yang style Tai Chi canon. Same on the Wudang side. We don't need to do that. And I guess my message on that is look deeper. Look deeper in whatever the art is. If there's no depth, then maybe you don't look at another art. But for many, many, many arts, there is so much more than what we see generally on the surface. Explore that. Explore whatever that art is. Explore the history. Explore the people who created the art. Explore how it was developed. Why was this art developed? Okay? My Tai Chi form does not look like my good friend's monkey form. His monkey form is great. He can sit up on a pole and do all kinds of things. I can't do that. The forms are different. They are. His monkey form should not look like my Tai Chi form. My Tai Chi form should not look like his monkey form. That distinction and understanding what the principles of the form are give us a better understanding of what we should be doing in the form. And it creates a check. I can check myself. I don't have to depend on this or that. I can apply the principles. In hold the ball, ward off, pull down. The same idea that I talked about with push. Use the back leg, push down into the floor with the front leg. As the rising arm extends, this is ward off. This has a little bounce to it. Pull down does not. Okay? Stay within your own frame so that you're not overextending out here. This is, we practiced this yesterday, this wild goose flying. This is intended to open the arms, use the wrists, and work the upper back. Okay? This is not. All right, don't do that. Ward off, pull down. Feet about shoulder width apart. Stand straight. Breathe in, palms up. Breathe out, press down. Shift to the right, hold the ball. Right hand up, left hand down. Little step. Ward off, pull down. Come back to center. Shift left, hold the ball. Step. Open. Come back to center. Open through the back. Use the lower Tantian, use the waist to move the arms. Turn. Extend. Keep the shoulders down. Connect through the back heel. Push into the arm. Push through the heel. Ward off, pull down. Hold the ball. Push through the heel. Extend the arm. Little bounce. Bring it back. And breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Keep going. Open the back. Relax through the neck. Keep the head well supported. Breathe in. Breathe out. Two more. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Turn the waist. Open through the back. Last time. Hold the ball. Open. Return to center. Open. Return to center. Hands down on both sides. Pull up through the crown of the head. Raise the heels and lower. Stay there. Breathe in. Breathe out. I spent a bit of time on this exercise in the previous class, so I'm not going to beat up on the applications quite so much this time. This ward off, right? There are many opportunities to use this. Same with this idea of pull down. There are any number of situations that might occur where I would want to have something move away from me a little bit, or might want to move something out of the way. Just pull down, right? Go that way. Don't come this way. Go that way, right? Pull down. That sense of what I'm doing in the movement needs to be there. It's not empty. What was that? I don't know. That was me opening my arms and this blank stare on my face said, no, don't do that. Right? Focused, alert, paying attention to what's going on inside and outside. paying attention to everything that you're doing in the movement is more about practice and developing those skills one by one so that you have them available as you're practicing. Each time you practice, you add a little bit more, you develop a little bit more, you gain a little bit more understanding of what you're doing in your own practice and what that practice could allow you to do. So following the principles of the form, what can I do with this? How can I develop my skills in this manner? Practice something else at a different time. That's okay. I do that. As you practice, always pay attention to the principles and fundamentals in the form that you're practicing. Pay attention to that art. Don't muddle it with something else. And develop a sense, a clear sense of what those principles are so that you know what you should be doing. Tai Chi, I'm going to talk about this for a second. Tai Chi, I should be fluid. I should be relaxed, prompt, and sudden. I should be able to move quickly and extend my energy, but it should also have the outer appearance of softness, right? Xingyi doesn't do that. Xingyi says, I know what I'm doing. Here I am. Did you want to know what's next, right? There is a definition to Xingyi and the way that the movements should be done. That's not the same as what we do in Tai Chi. It's not. It's absolutely not the same. My Xingyi shouldn't look like my Tai Chi. My Tai Chi shouldn't look like my Xingyi. It shouldn't. That distinction, for me, makes all the difference in being able to look at someone else as a judge. I've judged for many years. Being able to look at someone else and give them some understanding of my judgment on what they did. I don't know what you're doing. I don't know what to say. Oh, that was very nice traditional yang style. You're working with a small frame form, and your postures through brush knee were absolutely perfect. Well, I know what I'm looking at. I know what she's supposed to be doing. I know what she did. I can give her some good feedback. I don't know what that was. That's one reason we want to make sure what principles that go with this form are. What should we be doing? What's the basis for this form? What do I look for? Why would I give someone doing the same form a higher score than someone else doing the same form? Okay, two competitors, both going to do Yang style Tai Chi. Both are going to do Chen style Tai Chi. Both do Wu style Tai Chi. It's just, I can judge all of those. What did they do? And why would I give one a different score than the other? They're both doing the same thing. They both could be very good at what they're doing. They can even both be from the same school. Why would I give one a different score than the other? That's part of my evaluation of their skill. It's part of my evaluation of what they're showing in the competitor ring. It's not all, it could be different the next time. I did that quite a few times. There were a couple competitors that we'd show up at an event and one of us was going to get first place and one of us was going to get second place. It just depended on how we felt that day. It did. It did. It was fun too. That sense of understanding what the principles are understanding how to look at them. What am I looking at? What does this matter? Why do I care? This is a characteristic of this form. This is a characteristic of that form. But at just even at that level, let's distinguish that. And keeping what belongs with this and what belongs with this separate, so that so that we clearly understand what we're doing, that we clearly understand the principles that go with what we're doing. And we can explore those at length. I spent a lot of years exploring those principles, so we can explore that at length. And we learn how to apply those principles to the movement that we're doing, so that in practice, we can clearly distinguish which art it is we're practicing. That ability to clearly distinguish applies to all sorts of things. It's not just martial arts. So if you learn it and you develop that skill through the martial arts, you can also apply that skill in any other context you choose, to distinguish what's true from what's false, to distinguish what seems to be from what actually is. Those skills, we do that here. Thank you for being here today. I'll be back tomorrow. Same topics, more philosophy. Bye.